Hey guys, Rusty here at Ugly HP. Today I'm working on this Mazda. So, little backstory on this Mazda. Guy comes in here, says he's having an overheating problem, has had the engine replaced twice by another shop. Okay, so we had it here one day, couldn't really get the overheat because they pulled the thermostat out. We ran it all day. Started noticing that it's got the white stuff all over it. You know, someone ran a block sealer through this, as you can see. So we told them what we needed more time with it. The initial plan was to pull the fans out and do some thermal imaging and see if maybe there's a restriction in the radiator. So they dropped it off last night. I only pulled it in and I noticed this. So let me start it up. We're gonna start this thing up. As you can see, thing is completely cold. It's idling pretty fine, so I can give it a little bit of gas. We'll see if it does this for me. And I was just doing the process of getting the fans out, and I noticed that the system, I don't know, let's see how you can hear it. I don't know if you heard that, like tss. So the system's under pressure from being pulled in cold, so that tells me that this thing actually has a head gasket issue. So I'm gonna run a block tester on it before I do anything else, because there should be no pressure on the system. Just to pull it inside, it hasn't built any pressure. Nothing's got hot enough. There is zero reason why there should be pressure under this cap. So I'm going to do a block test and we'll see if I'm correct. Most likely I am, being that there's no thermostat in the system. It's a free-flowing system. It can't build pressure. You know, without the coolant getting hot, it can't build pressure. Until the coolant starts to get hot, it can't get hot just from a couple of revs. It takes a little bit more time than that. But I'll show you guys what the block test results are, and yeah, so give me 1 second, guys, to set everything up, and I'll show you what I got going on. Okay, so here is our combustion fluid. This will change if it comes into contact with any exhaust fumes. It'll turn to a yellow. So they sell these kits. This is a Lyle 7550. They sell them at your Advance store or O'Reilly's. I even seen them at Harbor Freight now. So basically you just start your vehicle up, make sure there's no coolant that's going to get sucked up into it. You would hook this to a vacuum line, or, you know, as I'm going to do is I have a vacuum pump here that's going to pull pressure on it. Now if I have this hooked up right, over time, it should help pull the fumes up. But if this has a small leak or anything like that, you will start to see this turn to a yellowish or green. So I'm going to run this for a little bit, and we'll see if it starts to change. I'll flick it back on here in a second. So we did get it to change color. Normally it goes yellow. So we're gonna recheck this a little bit deeper and see if this radiator's clogged up like we were guessing in the first place, just so we have secondary evidence to back up what may have caused this vehicle to overheat. Definitely not sure on this, because old block testers that I used to buy would turn yellow. This is a little bit green. Now this has no antifreeze in the system. The system's already been drained out, so maybe I'm just not used to seeing the green color, but that's not blue anymore. So I'm going to show you guys what the radiator looks like on a thermal, and we'll see if it's clogged up like I was suspecting. Okay, so as you can see right here, This is at 174 different spots. You could see, you know, different sections do have their issues of flowing. Now a radiator should pretty much flow all the same, so when you're seeing half the radiator not, then that's what you have. You have one side of the radiator, which would be this side, flowing at a slower rate, so it's running cooler than this side where the fluid's able to flow through quickly. Now with the fan there, the fan would cool that a little bit quicker, but because the fan's out, it's not getting cooled. There's no airflow, so it's just flowing through. So as you can see, we definitely have a bad radiator. If I show you, hold on one second. The top here, you could see where it's leaking, and that's probably what blew the head gasket. I'm gonna suggest the guy to go back to it. I don't like how the fluid's supposed to turn yellow. I don't like how it turns green. Now I do remember in the past, the stuff that I used to use, it would turn green before it turned yellow. Maybe I didn't leave it on there long enough, but definitely have a flow issue. For $1,600, that thing has not yet paid itself off, but stuff like this where, you know, it's been to several different shops, it definitely does help prove that they have an issue here, and they might have a second issue over there. So definitely gonna need a radiator. Gonna suggest them probably gonna need a gasket after they do the radiator if they have issues again. So check us out on Facebook, hit the like button, subscribe, and as always guys, keep wrenching.